Time to turn the desk over to Clayton for our first look at sports. Clayton, and we're talking a little bit of Wheatland football. And the St. Paul Lions had a pretty good year, pretty good record this year, but they're going up against the Raiders, who've been, perfect essentially.
Yeah, the Raiders have been unbelievable. They scored 157 points this year, and they are just on fire. The St. Paul Lions will have their hands full Saturday afternoon as they face the unbeaten Holy Rosary Raiders in the Wheatland Football League semifinals. It was only a year ago when the Lions lost to Lloyd Comp in the semis, but the team is looking to avenge last year's loss. It's been a year since the Lions bowed out of the playoffs with a 37-14 loss to Lloyd Comp in the semifinals. But this year, the team looks to use that experience and build off it.
I think our grade 12s, they understand what it's going to take, to win on Saturday. It's going to be a total commitment this week to get there if we're going to get there. And our young guys playing in that provincial final last year, they understand what it's like to be in a big game too.
It's hard losing when you're in grade 11, then now you're in grade 12 and you really want to win the game, so you got to provoke the other guys to really do good in practice and to get real pumped and jacked. You have to be high intensity all week.
It's nearly impossible for anyone to deny that St. Paul is the underdog, and that's a situation the team looks to embrace.
Being the underdog just means that maybe we can take a few more chances and play a little looser, and maybe that works in our advantage. So.
The Lions gave Holy Rosary all they could handle in their regular season game, losing in the last minute. The team believes they can use that game to help motivate themselves for Saturday's big test.
Just because they're 7-0 doesn't mean that they're beatable. They're boys just like us. They put their pants on one leg at a time, and they're beatable. Like if it's going to come to whoever comes to play.
We were able to hang with them, and that gives us confidence going in there. Like you say, we are the underdog, but when you've been able to show, I guess, that you can stick with them a little bit, it gives you hope.
Holy Rosary hosts St. Paul at 1 o'clock on Saturday. It's still early in the AJHL season, but for Bonnyville Pontiacs rookie Tommy Barszcz, it's already been one he'll never forget. The Pontiacs forward is leading his team in points, is second in the league in goals, and now he's garnering some national attention. It wasn't a surprise to Tommy Barszcz when he got the news he was invited to Canada West World Junior A selection camp. It was a complete shock.
I didn't even think it was true at first. Just normal day of practice, and Chad just called me in his office and told me the news and just brought a smile to my face.
It's a credit to him coming out this way and making a name for himself. He's had a great start. He's been a key part of our hockey club, and it's nice to see him be rewarded with it.
The Ontario native wasn't even invited to the original evaluation camp in October, but now he's one of only 34 players looking to make the team.
It's going to be hard work and skill. There's going to be everyone's going to be fighting for a spot. Like, it's going to be top-notch hockey.
Nervous at all, or?
Yeah, I got to have some butterflies. Excited to be there. Just want it to start right now.
The selection camp lasts for only 3 days, but Mercier feels if Barszcz can showcase his well-rounded game, he won't be surprised to hear his young center has cracked the lineup.
Sometimes in those short-term tournaments, versatility is such an important thing, and that I think if they see that in him, I think they see that versatility in him, which he does bring, will give him a real good chance of making a hockey club.
And for Barszcz, he knows this is a chance to turn some heads.
It just brings more opportunity to me. I can showcase myself, like show them what I have and what kind of player I can be.
The 3-day camp begins on Saturday in Abbotsford, BC. Sticking with the Bonnyville Pontiacs, they're hosting the Canmore Eagles tonight at the RJ. The Pontiacs are coming off back-to-back wins over Sherwood Park, while the Canmore Eagles have posted the worst record in the AJHL at 3-14. Bonnyville head coach Chad Mercier says they still can't look past tonight's game.
They got some speed and they got some guys that can hurt you, and they're going to come and compete and work. So we better bring our best if we're going to have any type of success.
The Pontiacs have won 5 of their last 6 and sit second in the North, but they've also played 2 more games than any other team in their division.
Every game is so vital, and Friday is no different than any other game, and we're going to approach it the same way and know that it's going to be difficult.
Drop is at 7 o'clock.
Sports is brought to you by Dedham Chrysler.
To really experience a world-class Dodge and Chrysler automobile,
you have to drive it.
Visit Dedham Chrysler Lloydminster today.
It was a successful start to the season for the Lakeland Rustlers women's and men's volleyball and basketball teams. All 4 squads combined for a 7-1 record this past weekend. This weekend, they hope to keep their winning ways. Tonight, the women's and men's volleyball teams are hosting CITL as both clubs look to stay unbeaten. The women's match gets underway just shortly, with the men to follow at 8. Tomorrow afternoon, all 4 will be back at it again in Vermilion with first serve at 1, and then the men start at 3. Moving to basketball, the Rustlers begin a home-and-home with Concordia tonight. The women look to improve their record to 2-1 as the men try to make it 3 straight this evening against the 0-2 Thunder. They return home tomorrow night to face the same Concordia Thunder, with all the action kicking off at 6.